Hello, in this video we will learn how to pick or select a folder. Like in the normal file selection, we will select the file, and let's see how we can do the same thing, but this time select the folder. So we go here and let's create a form view. So I'm gonna go and create a SDI project. Let's call it FolderPicker and create. And here I will select a form view so that we can have the dialog base for this project. And here we go. And there are a couple of ways to do this same thing, and I'm gonna take one route here. So we go to the dialog and let's make it a little bit bigger. And then we're gonna, by the way, I'm using the Visual Studio 2022, which is very much the same as the 2019, but just to let you know that I'm using the latest one, and I kind of recommend this. I've been using this now a couple of weeks, I think, and it's been working pretty well. So I recommend to download the latest Visual Studio. And at the time we are recording this video, maybe when you see this in a couple of years, maybe Visual Studio 2030. Anyway, let's continue. And so one way to do this thing is that we will use this ready-made control, which is here. Go to Tools, and I think it's this one, Edit Browse. Okay, so we can put that one there, and I can copy that. Control C, and then I will paste another one. I'll show a couple of different ways to do the same thing here. Okay, let's start like this. So let's put a nice ID for that thing. I call it let's call it folder 1. How about that? Just folder 1. And let's call this one folder 2. Okie dokie. And the first way is that let's use the easiest way to do it, which is not necessarily the best way, but easiest way to do it. We will get the small folder picker doing like this. So we go here and then we say properties, and from properties we can select here that now this one says file picker, I think, but if you go here you can select whatever you want. We're gonna do custom browse and this one, so we're gonna do these two this time. So let's do first the easiest way. So folder browse, and now if I run it now, after that build, and then Control F5 run, and I'll pick a folder from here, C, and there you go. So it automatically links this folder picker there, and it will, by the way, it will start from the folder which is currently in the edit box. So if I select that folder and I go there and I open, it will continue from that folder. So this is the I think this is the old folder picker style. Not bad, but it doesn't have any other features here, and some people might want to use the more advanced folder dialog, which is the longer one, and let's do that one next. So this is all working and cool, but let's do this other way next. And to do that, we're gonna use a so-called folder picker, and the way we can start this process is that we go here, and let's use this still anyway because it has a good foundation, so to speak. So go to properties, and here instead of file browse, we're gonna say instead of folder browse, we're gonna select custom browse. And on the Microsoft website, they do explain this pretty well, how you need to do this. So if you Google this control, they will tell the same thing what I'm doing here. So the first thing we want to do here is that, like the website says, that we need to create our own folder picker class, and I will do it now. So go into project and class wizard. We will create a MFC class. So there we go, add class, MFC class, and I'll call it folder picker. How about that? Folder picker. So now we are creating the more advanced folder picker dialog, and now this one needs to be selected. It's called CMFCEditBrowseCtrl. CEdit. There it is. Okay, it's all good. Aha, and that name obviously already exists because my project name is folder picker, so it doesn't accept that. So I need to do it again and use a different name. So I'm gonna say folder picker DLG, like dialog. Okay, so here we have this folder picker, and the next thing is that we need to now launch this this pick dialog here instead. So the website says that we need to override a function called onBrowse. It's a virtual function, and we need to override that. So it's called like this: void onBrowse. And my understanding is that we just have to manually type this. This is a virtual function in the parent class, so it's gonna call this function if you do the custom picker. So then we need to go to the CPP file, which is here, and we need to place that virtual function implementation somewhere here. And now I will copy a code. I already created that code, so I'm gonna just copy that code and paste it over there. I'm in the wrong place. I'm in an app, so I made a mistake. So I'm gonna cut that. It's here. Okay, wrong place. And I think I put it in the wrong place also here. Oh, it is in the correct place. Folder picker. Just need to change that name there. Okay, so let me remove that one for a while. So the way this works is that when we press that button on that second picker, when we press that button that open the dialog, it will come here, and we will create the folder picker object, which is the same as the file picker. This is actually inherited from the file picker, so it works very similar. I've done the video about that many times before. I think I did many times before, so you can look at my older videos how to pick a file. So this is the same dialog, but it's just done for the folders only. And we create and launch the dialog here. and after we finished, we can just say that set window text, and so we can place that text from that picker. We can ask the folder like this, get folder path, and we can just say set window text, because this control basically has a function also called set window text, which will set the edit box text in that system. So let's run this one now, and actually it doesn't work yet because I haven't created the object for this. So next we need to create an object for this thing, which needs to be a control. So let's go and do that. And there is a bug here, I think, and I will show now what is the bug. So we want to add the control variable now for this one, and so it needs to be a control variable here. And if I say here folder picker, it's the folder picker control, and we need to put that parent class here to start with, something like this. And if I press finish now, yes, it's all good, and press finish. Aha, this time it worked. Sometimes this doesn't work, so but this time it worked. So good. So now let's go and look at that. It should be here. There it is. So there's the folder picker, and then we're gonna go to the view. Yeah, so there it is, all this stuff for the folder picker. And the thing we need to change here is that instead of using the parent class, we need to now replace this one with the one we just created. Because if we go now here, we can see that we inherited our own class from this one. So we're gonna use this one instead of this one now. And I'm gonna include now that file, include folder picker, the one we just created, the dialog class, and I'm gonna go here and copy that name, and then I'm gonna replace it here. This is a common way to do MFC programming, that if you need your own class, you will create first the parent type in a resource view, and then you will replace your own type here. You put your own type here. It's a kind of replace. Like if you create the view, and if you have your own view class, and you want to, create an object via these wizards, you can create first a CView object, and then you can replace it with your CMyView type here. Okay. So now let's see what happens if I now run it. I think it should launch that folder picker there. Let's see if it's true. And as we can see, the icon is actually different, but aha, it works. And you can see that there's select folder here, and yep, it all works. It all just works. And let's select the folder from here. And there it is, and that also worked. This works because I have that set window text there. Let's go back and see one more time. So if we go here, so when we press the OK button there, we need to manually place the text this time. It doesn't work automatically like in the first picker. The first picker automatically puts the text. Okay, and one more thing. Now let's look at this folder picker, the second folder picker. Does it? What is the initial folder there? So let's go back here and select something like. Okay, let's choose that one. Choose that one, E, whatever that is. I'll copy that, but I will select this one now. Okay. So we see that one goes there, and if I run it now again, I think it goes to that folder by default. Yes, it goes to that same folder what was the last folder. But let's say that we want to start let's say that the initial folder we want to be something else. So you can do like this. You can put it here like that. So folder MOFN and then the initial dir variable there. This is how you can set the default folder. And let's run it now and see that it really works. And there we go. It by default selected that folder. So that's a cool thing to do. And I guess I'm gonna show one more way to do it. Let's say that we don't want to use any of these controls. We want to do it ourselves, both of them. We want to create our own button here and then our own edit box. Well, I've done this many times with the file picker, but let me just quickly do it now one more time. So this is the third way to do it. So we can go to the toolbox and let's select the button quickly. Oh, there it is. I already selected. So put that button. Let's put the call it. Let me put the dots here, the 3 dots here, like that, and then make it a little bit smaller. And then obviously we want to maybe change the ID always. Nice ID here. Button folder 3. Like that, and then we're gonna place the edit box beside it. So there's the edit control. A bit down like that. Okay, and this will be obviously called folder 3. Okay. And now we need to create the variables for this. Add variable. And it's going to be value this time because we're just going to put the string there. And folder 3. I think that's alright. Need type is string. Finish. Aha! And now we get that error which I mentioned before. With the we get this. I think there's a bug in Visual Studio. That's my understanding. I also already googled about this, and so one way to fix this, I think, is that we can go here. When you're creating that variable, we get sometimes that error. So like a go around fix for this one is that we remove that no except from there, from H file, and then if you go to the CPP file, remove that same thing from here. It's already there. So we can do like that, and now I already have this here how it should look. Now it might be already a little bit, wrong because I already added one thing, this one here. So I will now copy paste how it should look, and let's compare. Okay, so as we can see, this is already kind of wrong here. This should be after this one, we can see from here. So I'm gonna fix this now. I think this is a Visual Studio bug. So this guy needs to go after this class name, like that, and we're gonna put the comma. So that's the first one I created earlier, and I think it now looks the same as it should be looking over there. Okay, and I will compile it now. And no, sorry, this is the one we just created, but it just put it in a wrong place. I see. Okay, But the problem is that it's not here. It should be also here in this do data exchange section. It's missing from here. So the best thing to do is that I will just delete it and recreate it. So delete it from there, and I'm gonna go the H file. So there's a little bit, you know, playing around with this one. I delete also from the H file that variable, and let's compile it. And now I will try to do it again. Same thing. Variable. And it's gonna be value folder 3. And now there was no error message, so maybe it worked this time. It is there, and if I go to here, it's also there in a correct place actually now this time, because it should be there. So, and let's compile it. There's a red there, but let's still compile it. Let's see if it accepts that. Aha, it was just again, this is some kind of slowness in Visual Studio. But anyway, it succeeded. So now let's continue. So now we need to create an event handler for this button. So if you just double click this one, it will create the event handler in this form view. Double click, and there we go. And now here we can use the same control, the folder picker control we already used here. Where is it? Where did we do that? It's here, this folder picker dialog. Inside here we are doing it here, so I'm just gonna copy paste this code, go into the view, and I'm gonna copy paste it. I'm just simply gonna do it here, and in this time we need to place the text on that edit box beside it. So let's go and create a variable for that, so we can place the text there. I already created the variable, sorry, excuse me, it's here. So we need to use this folder 3 now to do the job. Okay, it's there. So now this time we can say that the folder 3 equals the folder from the picker, and then we need to do update data false, I think, to place that text into the window, into the edit box window, like that. Okay. All right, so let's run this now, and we are using the same initial directory as we did in the other place. I don't bother change that now, so you can play around with that one, obviously. So we always start from this folder now when we are using that picker. So okay, so we are here now. So yep, you see it went there. That's the initial directory, which is correct. And if I choose something else like the Intel, there it is. And these other guys also, I think, work. Yep, it all just works, like the MacBook creator said. It all just works. Okay, so let's do one more thing quick. That I will now create a message box here, and it will take all the strings from all of them. How to take the strings from them, and just a quick one. So let's create a button which will create a message and use those values. So how would I call it? I call it just print. I don't bother changing the ID, so I'm just gonna double click this one. Okay, so we go here, and now I have the code here. Just gonna copy paste that code, put it here. So we want to update the data. So update data is needed because it's gonna update those variables from those edit box windows, so they are updated, and now after that we can use them here. So we need to do one more thing here. I think we need to add the variables for these two, because I did not add variables like a string variables. So I guess the easiest way to do is that we go here, add variable, and this time it's going to be a value, and I'm going to call it folder1, the folder1 string. That's what we want this time, and it all worked this time, no error message. And let's do the same thing for this one, value and folder2, press finish. And now if we are lucky, so to speak, we can now create this nice message containing all the folders. So here they are. So let's start from folder1. There we go, folder2, and one more folder, which is this one, folder3. And now it's all good, and let's see if this works. If it works, then we finished this lesson. So at this point I found a couple of errors in the code, and I will demonstrate what they are. If I select here one folder, let's say Java, and then I go here and I select another folder, you see there's the Java is there. And if I select this one and I press select folder, that one just disappears from there. And also another thing here is that this is actually wrong. So there are two errors here actually. And so I closed the video at this point, and I was looking what is wrong, and there are two things wrong here actually. So first of all, this is wrong. It should not be get folder path, and we can Google about that, but it should be get path name. So it should be get path name, this one. I put it wrong, and because I have it also here, I'll change it also from there. Okay, and the other one is that we need to have update data here before we start anything here, because there's two-way direction now. When we have the two we have these two variables now linked to those edit boxes, so there's two-way linking. So when we type something in the edit box, like, let me run this now. So when I type something here, hi, and there's something here. Now this value is not yet in that variable, this one, folder1. It doesn't go there immediately. It goes there when I say update data. Update data, yes, that way, yeah. So from Windows to the variable, and then we need to have another one, because we are changing the value of the variable now. So we need to have update from variable to the Windows, and so that will be update data false. So from the variable to the Windows, and this is from the Windows to the variable. So we need to have both ways. Otherwise, we will, when we say update data, it will put the current value of the folder1, which is empty string. Actually, at that point it's empty string. It's not yet that value what is in the first box. So it will put that empty string there. So that was the problem here. So so if we run it now, it should work actually. I mean, I'm very surprised if it doesn't work anymore. So Java. So here we have Java, and now if I select from here some other folder, and voila, Java stays there, and now we have this guy here. So let's go now and fix also this other guy, this one. So we have similar problem here now. So we need to do the update data false here as well, I think so, and also we need to do this one before we do anything, exactly like we are doing here. We need to do the same thing there. And how can we do this? Because this is another class. This is another class. This is an edit control kind of. Well, one way to do is that we can pass a pointer to this view class, and then using that pointer we can call update data and update data false like this. This is not necessarily the best way to do it, but I'm not going to focus now on the perfect coding in this area. So I'm just going to pass it the pointer, and to do that we need to have a pointer to the view. So I'm going to forward declare here class view. So we're going to pass that view as a pointer here. I'm going to call it if I call it the view, and in the protected section we can create a we can store that pointer into this member variable. Let's call it also view, and now we need to initialize it in a constructor. So it's gonna be somewhere here, I think. So we need to copy that thing there. I'm gonna pass that parent view via the constructor, and I'm gonna store it into the member variable. So now we can use this view later on here. Need to include the CPP file here. It's gonna be the view. So now we can use this pointer which is pointing to the view, and we can say that update data. Okay, and then we can say update data false. We already tested that this works, so now this will definitely work. Okay, and that's correct path name. Yes, that's correct. So now we need to pass it when we are creating that folder object. This one. So this is the folder picker object. So we need to initialize it by passing the pointer to this view. Just say this. So this is pointing to this view object. It's this object itself. Okay, and I think that might do the job. If it doesn't, I will definitely fix it. So let's run it. Build. Okay, let's see if it works now. And there's an error. Yep. So yeah. So we get these issues now that it doesn't sometimes recognize the pointer to the document. We are in a document view class. Sorry. But there's a easy fix for that. We just forward declare this document. This is quite normal. We get these kind of errors sometimes when we are including the the H file. Just forward declare the document, and that will get rid of that error. Build again, and there we go, successful. And let's run it now and see if that fixed all those errors. Java, and then I'm gonna select here that guy. That all works, and here I'm gonna select something else. Let's say perfect. Aha, that didn't work. Okay, and there is one more thing we have to change, that not to use this set window text here. Now we can assign that into that variable which we already have in the view. So this is the number 2 string here. Okay, so this is the string for the second edit box. So it's in a public section here, so we can just directly change that one. So we have the pointer to the view class, and then we just put that one there, and now we will assign this folder name into that variable. So now it's done exactly the same as what we did here, that we are assigning it directly to the variable. So this is the way to do it, and then we say update data false, and it will put it into the window also from here. So now let's build now. Here we go again. Java. Okay, there it goes, it worked. And then one more. Intel. Wow, now it all works. Sorry guys, I had a couple of errors, but I'm just a human being also. So now it all works, and this is how it should be done roughly. And let's see if the print works. And there we go. Yes, it works. Java, Malwarebytes, and Intel. Yes, I finally was able to do this. And this is it. It's a little bit longer than I was hoping it to be, but anyway, we did it. So thank you for watching, and I'm trying to make a next video soon, or quite soon. Okay, thank you very much.